Steve Evans, a real game of two halves.
Yeah, it was. We should have had the game put to bed, shouldn't we? We were frighteningly dominant. But then you're going to get a reaction, aren't you? You're going to get a reaction from good players, and they got a reaction. It's a little bit galling to see is every time there's a free kick and it's contested, there's 7 Charlton players running around the referee. And I think they get the penalty from that because I've just watched it back. Not a chance in the world is that a penalty. They should have had one earlier, but we should have won in the first half, so it equals the sell-out. That doesn't equal it sell-out. He's in front of the away end, and he's given them a penalty, which is not in anyone's book a penalty.
Galling at that stage as well.
Well, listen, the game lasts to whatever it lasts. Said it, you play at the time. He played 11 minutes, so I thought we were going to be here till tomorrow. Listen, we've gave away late goals, which is we're not used to doing in the last couple of games, just through sloppiness really. But we can't legislate for that penalty kick. We just can't legislate for it. I'll go and ask him, and like I did last week, and then I have to serve a 1-match ban, and so I'm out today. And the assistant referee, we get an email from the head of referee, said it was 2 howling decisions from the assistant, but he's got a game today. And then I'll go and ask him about this penalty now, and we'll see what he says.
And looking at the game, as you say, you dominated that first half, and they're an awkward side to play against, aren't they?
So they've got good players. They've got a budget 3 or 4 times ours. Just appointed a new manager. They've got a bounce, they've got a big support behind it, which Charlton are going to have. It's a wonderful football club. Nothing changes to what I said before the game. We're playing Charlton Athletic in a league fixture and should win. And they equalise because they got a penalty. It's never a penalty. We'll do all right. People wrote us off before the game today, didn't they? Wrote us off. We'll do all right. If that's a £10 million budget, well, we'll do all right, that's all. And that's not knocking them. They've got full of good players. They've got a good manager in. I think he'd have been scratching his head at half-time because we should have been 3-0 up. And a penalty given, and we don't get that. And then we have a wonderful opportunity to go 2-0 up. Jamie gets a 1-on-1. To be fair, I'm up there, I watch it, it bobbles right up in front of him. So you feel from it, just took a nasty bobble, otherwise you're sliding it home. And then you have to defend your box. And I thought the boys did that. They're going to have a bit of pressure. They're throwing caution to the wind. They're going 2 at the back. They're throwing 5 up front. They're going to just throw balls forward, which is what they did. But you still can't legislate for the one big decision in the game, like last week. 2 big decisions in the game last week. He called both against us. 1 big decision today, he called it against us.
Jamie Reid must be wondering what he has to do. That's 3 goals now in 2 games, and he's such an improved player since you came into the club.
Jimmy's a goal scorer, but he should have 10, 12 goals by now, shouldn't he, with the chances he's missed. But the wonderful thing is he's working hard. He's never frightened to go back in. I did give him allow him for that 1-1 today with the goalkeeper. His first touch out, his feet's great. I did see it set up in front of him. I'm not making that up. It sits up in front of him, and therefore that gives them oxygen. I said last week about Carlisle getting oxygen when they had none. And Charlton Athletic players got oxygen today when we missed that chance. If it goes 2-0, we all know what the score might have been. But football's all about ifs and buts and learning from it. We'll learn from today, but we just can't beat decisions like we had against us in that 92nd minute. You can't beat those decisions.
You must be frustrated, but you must be frustrated as well because they threw everything at you in that second half and you held up to most of it.
Yeah, they did. And but they've got good players, and primarily they've got a squad of about 30 players. That's reality. Count them up. We're here today magically filling our bench with 2 lads that probably can't come on. And we might not be that way in a couple of weeks, so we'll get stronger. I'm only proud of the players. Listen, we're sitting at the higher end of the league. We've played 8 games. We know how tough it is in this league. Last week demonstrates how tough it is with Carlisle. We should win the game. It demonstrates that again today. We should win the game. But we just cannot legislate for decisions that are out with our control. And I'll go and ask him, and I bet I got an email on Tuesday, Wednesday. If any fan wants to phone me in, Charlton Athletic fans included, phone me in. 20 quid a go. Let's go. Am I allowed to bet? 20 quid a go. Is that a penalty or not? See what the email says.
Thanks, Steve.